Hey everyone, this is Manaroth, the American Martyr, and this is my first ever YouTube video in which we will be discussing the curious case of America's failure and the many troubles that it is facing today. For the past decade, the U.S. has been put under ever-increasing stress. In 2001, the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Centers brought Uncle Sam into a costly war in the Middle East. Shortly after that, in 2003, Operation Iraqi Freedom brought us into yet again another bank-busting war in the Middle East. Now in 2010, we are still fighting a costly war while trying to fund a myriad of social programs that many Americans don't even want. Let me be as blunt as possible when I say this to Congress. We are already in a devastating recession, and you know this. America and its tax-paying citizens cannot pay for your war in the Middle East and radical, improvident economic reform. It's something we can't do. How deep do you think our pockets are? You think people don't see the corruption in your ranks, but you're wrong. People do see it. We're not blind and stupid. People are wondering why America is failing, and I tell them it's because of our government's incompetence. It's no longer doing its job because the members of Congress are so busy bickering over trivial matters that no one can get any real progress done. All you do is focus on the affairs of the common citizen instead of the world abroad like you should be. We don't need you to nanny us. Because of the failures of Congress, it has become ineffective. Indeed, our entire government is lagging behind in every aspect. Because of the direction our leaders have taken, we have been faced with an ever-sinking economy and an ever-growing government machine. Do you truly think that you can continually expand the federal government while we are $14.3 trillion in debt? Where the fuck is the money coming from? You don't know where it's coming from. We don't got the money. The federal government needs to get its act together. Every year, billions of dollars dished out by the taxpayers simply slips through the cracks because of an oversized bureaucracy. There's so much red tape and so much disorganization in our government that money just disappears. Money that could be used for important things like Social Security and the rebuilding of our infrastructure. It's gone. I don't know where the hell it's going. It isn't there. And it's ridiculous. It's a simple accounting error, people. It's costing us more than you would even imagine. Business and government don't mix. We all know that. Then why does Congress continually dip its sticky fingers in the free market with excessive bailouts and stimulus? You need to get this straight, America. Your money is getting injected straight into the fat ass of some CEO, some oil tycoon, or some corrupt politician. Why do we, the people, pay for you, the bankers, and the shareholders? That is not what America is about. It has never been about that. This is not a socialist state, nor will it ever be. You have no right to transfer those funds. Those are funds that are meant to feed our families. We shouldn't have to pay for the mistakes of those corporations. If you really want to rebuild the U.S. economy, then try providing incentives to large corporations, such as tax cuts, so that they will work to build a nationwide green energy grid, or to even invest in the failing infrastructure in America so that it can be rebuilt and renewed, and so that it can be modern. By rebuilding and renewing our infrastructure, we can provide not just thousands, but millions of jobs. Millions of jobs translates into millions of consumers. Consumers that will buy all sorts of goods. New cars, new houses. That'll bring up the housing market. We're having problems with real estate now. That's an answer in itself. If people have money to buy more property, they will. People are buying more property, the prices are going to go up. The prices go up, the interest rates go down, more people are buying. If you have more of a need for goods, such as cars, such as houses, TVs, Xboxes, whatever, you'll have more of a need for those industries that make those things to hire employees. Congress, if you truly want to regulate something, regulate all the jobs that these big corporations are stealing from the American people, sending them overseas for cheap labor. What really makes me angry is that these corporations like Coca-Cola, IBM, Microsoft, any of them, name any corporation, they're all going overseas, and that's how they repay you, the customers that loyally buy their products and build their companies. Well, you know, they repay you by taking your jobs away because they're greedy. That's all there is to it. If you have more jobs here, industry will thrive here. And that way we can become less dependent on communists and shifty neighbors. There are so many simple answers to these so-called complex problems. Our nation endured far worse in the 1930s and 1940s. The time for inaction is over. Senators and congressmen, please heed my call and the call of the American people. You need to put partisanship behind you. You need to join together and try and find a strategy that will work to rebuild America. You need to find a healthy balance for the size of government. And to the American people I say this: never forget that you are the true power behind Congress. Never think that each and every one of you cannot make a difference, because you can. In fact, that's the only thing that can make a difference, is if you try. Nothing will change if the people do not try. It will only get worse. Pay attention to the world around you. The price of liberty is eternal vigilance. The American people need to pay attention to the problems that humanity faces as a race. Do not vote on trivial matters, or do not jump on the bandwagon. Only through careful deliberation can you make an educated decision on which candidate is better for the U.S. Representatives or Senate or President. And one last message to all of you. Long live our republic and the great society for which it stands. Let it be that it stands up in the face of the corruption that it now faces today. Amen. Safety and peace, my friends.